Hey YouTube, Brian here from LCS. Thanks for stopping by the channel and this video, the Amazing Spider-Man number 80.BEY review. So this is a kind of a side story. So these issues dot the BEY issues. Now this is our second one that we've had in the current run. They're basically side stories that they do move the story forward a little bit. But it's basically to highlight some other kind of a B story, if you would, within the story arc. So this one I enjoyed. This is Aunt May reaching out to Doc Ock to try to get some additional help for Peter. So Peter has been in a coma now for several weeks, and he's not getting any better. The doctors really don't know how to treat him. He's got some type of radiation, poisoning or sickness, and they really don't know how to help him. So May Parker, Aunt May, is going to take it upon herself to try to figure out how she can help her nephew. So let's jump in. Like I said, overall, I really did like the story. So Cody Ziegler is the writer. He's been writing the last few issues of Spider-Man, and we have multiple artists on this one. So we basically see May with Peter at the hospital, and she is basically telling him, look, I'm going to go get you some help. So she meets up with Doc Ock, and, Doc Ock kind of thinks it's rekindling of their relationship. And she, May Parker, Aunt May, makes it very clear as, look, this is, not a social call. This is, business. I need to help my nephew. And so, Doc Ock is trying to kind of, put on the moves. He's giving her wine, but she again still makes it clear that, look, we need to get him, get him help. That's why I'm here. And so he suits up, and he's has a lot of a lot of tech that he's using. And so they basically go to the scene of the attack at the university, and they find some information, and they begin to try to track down where the source of Peter's illness is coming from. And so they have their sights set on the UFOs. But first, they end up tracking down the UFO's apartment that they used, I guess, when they were, in the battle over the last couple issues. And so they're able to find some information at the apartment using one of Doc Ock's gadgets, and basically able to get a sense for what the chemical was, and that they realized that it's was the UFOs. And so now they need to kind of track them down. And so they figure out that they have been captured or jailed, but they're at a holding facility before they go to prison. And so the holding facility is basically a beyond facility. And so they sneak their way in to the holding facility. They kind of, May makes it pretty clear that, look, I don't want any violence. Let's see if we can just ask the guard and see if we can get in. And they're not able to do that. So Doc Ock basically takes it into his own hands, grabs Aunt May, and basically, breaks into the facility. Scales up the wall of the building and breaks into the facility. And so at this point, they split up. So May is trying to go collect a sample from, I think it's Vapor, one of the UFOs who uses radiation powers, and that basically got Peter sick. And so Doc Ock is now snooping around as well, and he's going after one of the other UFOs. And so a battle basically breaks out, and Doc Ock starts taking on some of the, I guess, you'd call them inmates at this point in this holding facility. And so he basically is able to, take them out. And obviously the battle and the commotion, brings all the guards there and basically gives May Parker the ability to find Vapor. And, she has a conversation with her and basically says, look, you don't know who I am. I'm here to, try to help my nephew. He got sick. He was a bystander in the attack at the university when you guys fought Spider-Man. And so she basically convinces Vapor to allow her to take a sample from her using one of Doc Ock's gadgets. And so, I guess woman to woman, and allowing her to, Aunt May kind of convincing Vapor to, help out. Like, look, this was a bystander. He got hurt. I could really use, your help. I know you're a good person, and basically, allows her to, take the sample by, getting her to agree to that. So Doc Ock now is taking on, he's taken out some of the inmates here in the holding facility, and now is basically taking on the guards. And he's trying to figure out, he did kind of look at their computer system, and so he wants to know a little bit more about their, business and who they're working with. And so I think I skipped a page. And so May finally gets back to him and is like, look, you need to, stop. This is not what I agreed to. I got what I need. Let's kind of, get out of here. And she basically says, look, I was a fool. I thought you kind of changed. I thought you would, respect what I came here for, and basically parts way with Otto. But she has the sample, and she brings it to the doctors at the hospital, and that they're able to, after reviewing the sample, they are able to develop a plan for Peter's treatment now that they have this, kind of new information or missing information that they didn't have before. And so we see that Peter is now up, and he is, alert, but still, not 100%. And then we get this last little bit, and we see some guards under attack, and we find out that, Doc Ock is still on a mission here, that the information that he uncovered, and he's basically, going after now the Beyond Corporation. And, he's found out that they purchased the remains of Parker Industries, and he's, angry about that. It's the company that he helped build, and so he is now, on a mission to go after Beyond. And, the line here is, I will remind them that that it is I who will always remain superior. And that's the end of the issue. So a little bit, we get a little bit more about Beyond Corporation, that there seem to be some shell companies, and they're doing some things with, with criminals. But I did like the overall story. I like the back and forth between Aunt May and Doc Ock. I have never read The Superior Spider-Man. It's a storyline that I want to go back now after reading this. I'd like to see, when Doc Ock became, Spider-Man, and hopefully, I think that may, probably not, but I'd like to read the storyline with the Aunt May and Doc Ock relationship to see how that turned out, because it was pretty good, back and forth with them. Obviously, this is not the Aunt May that I remember reading from the, mid 250s, 300, 350 issues of Amazing Spider-Man, the mid 80s, early 80s into the early 90s. She was not as strong as a character as she is now. So definitely would like to go back and read some of those storylines. Like I said, the Superior Spider-Man and and I don't know if you guys know, let me know in the comments what storyline, maybe it was even in the Superior Spider-Man, what storyline did May and Octavius, kind of get together or have a relationship. I'd like to read that. So let me know. But overall, like I said, for a side story, a B story, I really did enjoy this. I enjoyed it better than the earlier one with the Daughters of the Dragon. So interesting read for me anyway, because I just don't have the history on some of the other storylines in the past. So definitely sparked my interest to go back and read them. So that's it. That's my review of the Amazing Spider-Man 80.BEY. Let me know what you think if you read it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments, or if you can point me in the direction of some of the other stories that maybe I should go back and read. Might be easier to pick them up in trade paperback. So let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.